Wow, this seems oddly familiar. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. As always, you can call me Lore, and I'm going to a ball. We're gonna talk about things and maybe make some things too. So next weekend, the weekend after this one where I'm recording this, yes, this seems oddly familiar, I'm going to Fete du Fae, which is a Fae ball held in Maryland. Fete du Fae is an event created by Mothberry and Sarah James Middleton to bring creative and like-minded individuals together in their fanciest outfits for a night of mirth and dancing. This year's event theme is Moon and Myth, which is very exciting to me because it's giving me the perfect opportunity to cosplay a long-dreamt love of mine, Yue. Yes, the literal moon goddess of Avatar: The Last Airbender herself. And also, yes, this happens to be the day, this moment for me, not for you, but for me, is the day that the new live action and the only live action series is coming out. I know we as a community have heard mixed feelings and mixed information about changes and liberties they are taking with the stories that may give us flashbacks to another live action that once again does not exist. And I think I'm just gonna, my love for the series, I'm going to manifest that it's gonna be good. I'm going to manifest that they are not going to make similar mistakes to, this is the first one, so they're gonna do great. So I'm gonna let my love for the series carry me through. Very coincidental. Love that we're having an Avatar time for myself. So anyway, let's get to the design. So when I was designing this version of Yue, I was trying to consolidate all of the different versions I had designed since high school, because this has been a very long time dream of mine, cosplaying Yue, that I just haven't gone around to. And so in this version, when I was making up this design, I took a lot of inspiration. I was on Pinterest like I normally am, and I know Hannah Alexander has done a really, really beautiful series of designs for Yue. If you don't know who they are, please check out their page here. It's amazing. They're an amazing artist. They're amazing costume design artist, and I honestly so much of my work is inspired by them. I'm always looking at what they're doing and I'm always very inspired by it. But okay, my design. So for this design, I have gone with this. Very, very pretty, very excited, and also scared because I have essentially this weekend and a little bit of the week to pull this off. So essentially what we're looking at is a base gown with 2 hanging sleeves, and then there's going to be like a little overskirt with Yue's also kind of trademark ribbon thing that normally is down here, but we're just gonna make it a little bit more fashion, a little bit more high fashion. I'm not sure if all of my chain work, all my jewelry work is going to get done. I do have a couple of pieces that came in, and I definitely know I need to get more. The biggest thing for this project, and why I haven't started it until now, is because I haven't settled on the fabric, which you kinda need. Alright, so for the fabric, so for those of you who have seen the cartoon series, one interesting thing about Yue's design is in most designs her base dress looks white. That makes sense, it's the moon. But sometimes her base dress looks like this really pale lilac purple, and sometimes it looks silver. And then with the extra fabric, like the little leg ribbon, sometimes that's in blue, sometimes that's in purple. So just a lot of like very, very small nuanced colors that I haven't decided between and therefore haven't bought fabric for yet. I did have a base of scrap white fabric that I thought that I could use, or at least white by fabric that I thought I could use from previous projects. I don't think it's going to be enough, so I am going to have to go out and get some fabric to the old Joann's today. So essentially, This dress should be really simple. I mean, I'm going to use or go off of, not really use, a pattern for the base skirt just to get the train that I like. But essentially my first step today is going to be to make a mock-up. I'm gonna use the pattern, make the skirt, pattern the top, make the overskirt. I think it's a pretty simple form, very simple flowy forms. The most kind of intricate design of the fabric portion of it is this ruching at the top, very wave-like, which I really liked and took inspiration from Hannah's design for one of her series that she did for UA. So that will be probably the most like little fiddly sewing thing that I will have to do. Everything else is pretty straightforward, and then just to go all ham on the jewelry work. So first part, make the mock-up, sew the dress, and then sometime this week I'm going to have to find the time to style a wig. So because I'm not going to do exactly her wig because it's just a lot, and when I dance, I dance. So I can't be hindered by a huge bulky wig. So I'm going to, I have a wig that I've owned for a while and never got it for a project, never got to use it, that I'm going to braid up, and should be able to make these thick plaits, I hope, with it, to kind of mimic the fact, like how when Rapunzel got her hair braided, so it's gonna mimic the thickness of having a lot of hair without having tons of hair actually happening. So that's the plan. Let's do it. Let's do a mock-up. Okay, so I cut out my first two pieces out of 4 for the mock-up, and in fact, I did not have enough fabric even to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is I have a rough idea of how much fabric I need for the project in general, and so I'm also just going to get some more muslin. It's just because these pieces are so long, you have to lay out in a very specific way, and I just did not have enough pieces, enough fabric for that, and I can use more muslin. So gonna reorder, gonna get fabric, finish mock-up, go right into sewing. So let's do a little Joanne's trip. Okay, so success! I completely zoned out while I was in there and was like, oh right, recording. But I got my fabric. Boop, there it is. Lots of whites, found a nice compromise between a white that sometimes looks purple in an organza, so I'm excited. So I'm just gonna go home and finish doing the mock-up, do the editing to the pattern, and then keep on rolling. Let's go. Actually, one more thing. One of my friends told me about another craft store in the area that I actually want to check out, so I'm gonna hit that actually before I go back home. So well, that place was insane in all the best possible ways. Jesus Christ, what a great thing, that place. It's gonna be one of my new favorite spots. We just got back home. I am trying to keep myself going. Don't want to pack because I'm very tempted to take a nap right now, and if I do that, nothing's getting done. So gotta power through. I'm gonna get myself something to eat really quick, and then back to the mock-up. I'm just gonna be so real with you. I'm only, 20 minutes in, just got past the genocide of the air nomads for the new series, and I'm already bawling. Like, I'm not made for this earth. I am too soft for this earth. I'm just trying to be a potato and sew a nice outfit and have a nice time, and I can't even handle watching a show that I've known for. I know the plot. I how am I this emotional with something I knew was gonna happen? Ah! Okay, so sweet. This is what the mock-up is looking like so far. It has a beautiful train coming off the back, and it's generally pretty well fitted. The dress form is set to my specifications, so it looks like it's going to fit pretty well. So what I'm basically going to do right now is I'm going to lower this neckline to be right above the chest, so that fabric can spill over like waves. And then I'm going to put it on myself, make sure everything fits, and then take it in as I need it. But generally the dress form is pretty true to form, and I don't normally have to do a whole lot. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'll also probably pattern the little second layer also while we're at it. So we'll keep on trekking. Alright, this is what we're looking like on. Definitely hard to see without having the zipper put in, but I like the direction it's headed in. I have a long train, just so much fabric in the back. But I think this is going to work. So we're gonna go for it. So I took it in a little bit on the sides here, just because I think the way it was patterned, it was supposed to go out more to allow for sleeves, and I think I've decided that rather than have the little coming off sleeves, I'm gonna have the sleeves completely detachable. So we're going with this, all right? I'm sorry. Look at her. She looks so sweet. Until you see the truth. Did you fall asleep with your eyes open? Yeah. Oh. Okay, hi, what's up? Hello. It's another pajama day because I just truly can't. I've entered a stage in my life where it's very exciting that I can make the decision that when I'm tired, I should stop sewing, because then I reach a point of making mistakes. So I decided to stop before that point yesterday, which was very empowering. So we have, you see on the dress form behind me, we have a lot of the dress put together. What I did is I got put the front together, cut it out with the fabric, and then I have the back sides together. I just need to put these two sides together and I think finish some inside seams. The zipper is in, and then I need to hem the top. I keep going back and forth about when I'm going to hem the top, since I have to add that wave ruching. I cut like a little, what do you call that? Facing. Woo! I cut a little facing to do that, to finish it, instead of doing a rolled hem on the top, because that will make it stiffer. I'm not sure. I might actually want, since this is not a very strong fabric, I might actually want to do another fabric, but I don't know if I have a stretchy strong fabric, so that's going to be a question. We'll see. I think the zipper is going to create enough tension that nothing is going to fall down. I'm not really worried about that. But this is where we are so far. I think it's looking pretty cute. Everything else should go really quickly today, I think. Now that I have done the mock-up, just need to finish this, do the details, cut out the other overskirt, because I patterned that yesterday as well. get all the seams finished. One thing that's really criminal that I don't know how I've gotten so far without it is I don't have a rolled hem foot. I do it by hand like a psychopath, and that truly needs to change. I don't know if I'm gonna make time for myself to go out and get some today, but I should. There's a lot of things I need to do today, but I'm ignoring them all so I can finish sewing. So let's get to it. Okay, well damn, she cute. So I just finished the base dress. I still need to hem the bottom, but I've decided I'm going to buy myself a rolled hem foot and not make myself hate my life. But she's super pretty, super flowy. This fabric was super, I don't want to say challenging, but like finicky, because it really liked to get, I guess, like runs or pulls as I was sewing it, but thankfully you could smooth them out as after you sew a line. I'm not exactly sure if that's a tension problem, because I did try a couple of different tensions, or if it's the weight of my needle or what the situation was, but it just a little interesting thing. But yeah, it's looking real cute. So now I'm gonna move on and make the overskirt, and then I'm gonna go back and make the things, or I'll do that in a different order. We'll see how I feel. I feel like I haven't exactly figured out how I'm going to make the ruching detail at the top, so at least the overskirt will be easier for my brain, so I might just do that just to get a sense of accomplishment and then move on to that. But so far, really pretty. Loving how it's looking. Keep on checking. I don't know how to tell you how much I hate sewing organza and tulle and all of those silky fabrics. It really really takes me to the edge, you know, but I keep doing it, so. The absolute betrayal when you finish sewing a length of tube to turn into a ruffle eventually. And I ran out of thread all the way at the beginning. Got it. Got it. Okay. Oh, you should just talk like this because I'm like Miss Blossom. Or Miss Bellum from Powerpuff Girls. Alright, let's try this again so you can see my face. Okay, hello. Me, Vivi, dress, great. So I've made a huge channel tube of goodness. Now I'm just going to try to do this a little freeform. Actually, I need to gather this first. Cut it, actually. Never mind. Gotta sew this, gotta gather it, and then we'll come back to this. Funny. Ha. Okay, so hello. rare situation today. It is now the Monday before Fete du Fae. I'm dripping water because I just took a shower, and I also just got home from work. I have about 3 hours before I have to go back to work on this. So I'm going to try to knock out a couple of things. We did a lot yesterday. Did the ruffle, added it to the thing. I still need to tack it down, which is one of the things I want to do today. You can also see I have some jewelry that I started laying out up here as a little neck chain, so I'm gonna work on that. I'm really being halted because I just bought a a narrow hem foot, because I'm going to be kind to myself and not make me hem this fabric by hand like I normally do. So it'll be nice and neat, so I have to wait for that to come in. I think that's coming in tomorrow, so I'm just trying to do what I can piecemeal. Don't have a lot of time yet, but just gonna keep going. All right. Okay, so hello. Welcome back to post-work sewing again. I got my hemming fleet in, very excited, so I can make a lot of headway in hemming the organza, hemming the main dress, and begin to put some finishing touching embellishments on those things. I was able to do my neck jewelry yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm going to add more to it. I don't think I have time to do it right now. I'm just going to focus on finishing edges sewing so I can put trim on and then start sewing on these little pearl beads that I got. So I have pearl beads. I also have these moon pendants that I'm going to sprinkle all around. I brought these little seed beads that are really gorgeous that I don't know if I'll have time to hand sew on. That might be something that happens over the weekend, over the actual weekend, where I can just have some time just to do some hand sewing. But that's where we are today. We're gonna get into it, hemming everything, and then I'm gonna start putting on trim. Hopefully I will finish the base structures of everything and just get to hand sewing gems and things. So, and then at some point I need to do the wig as well. So we'll get there eventually. Keep on trucking. Okay. Okay, hi. Welcome to day 3 of after work sewing. As you can see, I got a lot done yesterday. I'm very, very pleased with how it's looking. It's really taking shape. I'm so glad I waited for the narrow hem foot, because man, oh man, did that make hemming all of this so much neater and so much quicker. So I'm pretty much onto the embellishment stage. I need to add a bunch of beads everywhere, and then I'm debating at this point if I want to do sleeves. I think I'll decide at how long the beading, maybe I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to add the sleeves at this point. If I do, I'll probably do that first, because the beading is going to be everywhere. I probably am, just because I'm just so extra. It's going to be really annoying to dance in them. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I love it. It's just really coming out. I still need to also do the wig, so that's gonna take some time, but I'm really liking how it's turning out, so very excited. Yay. Alright, so hello. I am back at my family's home. I'm down here back in Maryland, preparing for, it's Friday today, before the event, which is tomorrow night. I'm just putting up some finishing touches, and then I'm gonna go to the Airbnb with all my friends and stuff. Right now I'm in my siblings' room because they're playing Baldur's Gate, and this is the closest I can be to Baldur's Gate financially. So let's try to soak it all in while I craft. I'm about to start working on the wig. I just put some finishing touches on the dress itself, added some more gems, and it's great. So wig time. I don't love doing wigs. It's not really my favorite craft, so we're gonna be patient. We're gonna give ourselves grace, and we're gonna work through it. I have a bunch of hair accessories that are super cute and super pretty that I'm excited to incorporate. So let's just go start doing it. Okay, so I'm just getting in the car, just about to head up to the B&B with friends, and we're gonna have a night of ridiculousness and frivolity, and I'm very excited. So we're going to a ball! Wow, what an incredibly amazing weekend. I had such a great time hanging out with friends that I hadn't seen for months. The venue was absolutely gorgeous, and oh wow, we really got down. Had such a great time dancing. All of us creatives in our little fantasy outfits. It was an unbelievable night. This is the dress after an unbelievable night. You saw some clips of me dancing. You can just ramp that up to like 10, and that was the entire night. So, I mean, it's still together. But let's talk about the dress. So, beautiful dress. Loved it. Unfortunately, as I was walking out of the house to get in the car, one of the sides of the ruffles that was keeping like the entire tension for the top just decided to pop. And so Morgan, my dear friend Morgan, was sewing my flashlight in the dark of the car, trying to re-ruffle it for me. And by the time we got to the ball, things like on that top tension had popped. I just needed to reinforce it, and I didn't. And so thank God for friends, because that is how I got through the evening. Many safety pins were had. Yeah, but we got through it. We didn't flash anybody, so that's what's important. I did like the dress in general. The fabric was much thinner than I thought it would be. I knew when I tried it on that it was thin, so I knew I was gonna have to wear some kind of undergarments with it. I wish that I had made, or that I have on hand, that I honestly might make one in the future. Something called a corset body, which I know Minji has done a really great video about. It's essentially just like a full bone corset that you can wear under garments as like shapewear. that also your dress can tuck into, so really, really important for cosplayers. But I might just make one just to have one, because a dress like this could definitely benefit from it, especially because it's so form-fitting. And as I'm getting older, my body's changing in beautiful ways. So of course a body might be a really good way for me to go in the future. So probably gonna make one of those this year, we'll see. But other than that, I mean, the dress itself was beautiful. I put a little bit of seed beads in on the top, but I got a lot of compliments. Thank you to everybody who was so nice. I really appreciated it. I felt great. So at the end of the day, I guess that is what matters. I had a great time. We made it through the night. There was wardrobe malfunctions all around, but here we are. We made it through. We persevered. Yeah. So super excited for the next event, and it's important to mention that Fete du Fae actually just went through a name change, and so they're now known as the Mythmaker Society. And I believe they already announced their next events, which is Shapeshifters Masquerade themed, and it's gonna be in June or July. I'm gonna write which one it is on the screen, but July is what I'm gonna say right now. I believe it's July rather than June. Don't quote me on that. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy coming along on these little let's make a vlog adventures. If you happen to like this video, consider pressing the like button down below. And if you'd like to follow more of my crafting or otherwise journeys and misadventures, consider pressing that subscribe button as well. We would love to have you. I hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you for hanging out.